Hey guys, welcome back to another solo queue guide video. Today I'm going to be showing you a really nice setup and strat with Echo on the gym bedroom side of Clubhouse. This is probably one of the better ones I've done so far. For the loadout first, you're going to want to bring the MP5 for sure over the Supernova. You can bring the Supernova if you want to make more rotates, because for this strat you're going to have to use one impact for something. So you're going to be able to only make one. And you can't bring the shield either. If you bring the shotgun, then you can bring the shield, but I'd just rather bring the MP5. It's one of the best guns on defense, in my opinion. Like, it has a built-in silencer, and it still does that much damage, and has a high fire rate. And, like, literally no recoil at all. It doesn't even have an attachment, and there's no recoil. And then the Bearing 9, of course, one of the best SMGs. 1100 fire rate with a higher damage than the MP5. Like, if you want to bring the shotgun, honestly, just run the Bearing 9 as the primary, and you probably can't even go wrong with that. But this is the loadout I run. You definitely want the impacts, like I said, unless you bring the shotgun. So let's go ahead and load up. I'm going to show you guys all of the reinforcements, all of the little things you have to do with him. You want to do this reinforcement first. And this strat's gonna be better if you have at least one other teammate, but it is solo queue still, so if you don't, it's fine. Because you're gonna want to make one rotate here, and then one rotate here. This is the one I like doing because it's the most important one on the site. You don't want this every time, preferably so you can run like that through it. That way you can quickly rotate if you need to. Reinforce this wall, and I'll show you why. And if you do have another teammate that can help with the rotates and everything, and he has like an impact or a shotgun, he can come with you, because this is the most important thing for this strat. That I think I'm probably going to have in the thumbnail as well. Shoot that if you want to. You don't have to. It's not necessary, but you want to impact this hatch. Literally 80 to 90% of the player base or more probably don't even know this hatch exists in the game. I actually only figured out about this like a couple years ago when I was playing a terror stun on it. I was like, what the hell is this? And I'm sure a lot of players still don't know about it, especially if you're like newer to the game or don't play like comp or anything. You can put a yokai here though, and fly out this hatch, and what it's going to do is give you a huge viewing range. You can see all up on the roof and all outside this balcony, and even over to Jacuzzi almost. You can probably ping him through there. Through the steam. So this is going to give you like lines of sight onto everything out here on the site. Most of the time, at least 3 or 4 attackers are going to be in range of this, like on the roof or at this balcony. So you just want to keep this here, or at the start of the round, if you're cautious about somebody entering through here like a rat, you can just hide it under the table like that. They're probably going to hear it, but they're not going to like look for a yokai. They're just going to think that's their drone bugging out or something. Okay, come back to the site though. I would do that first thing, honestly, before you do anything else. Either first thing or last thing. Sometimes I like doing it after I do the stuff I have to do on the site. So that way they're off their drones. Just a little bit more riskier. That's 4 reinforcements done now. Those 2 and then the main jacuzzi. You're going to want to reinforce those, obviously. I like reinforcing at least one of these, this side here. Usually I would make a rotate here if I was any other operator, like Mute or Smoke or Frost. But since I'm not, I'll just make a little line of sight right there. So that way I can still watch this window from here behind the reinforcement. And I can play safely in this area from this hatch. The only way they can kill me from here is if they throw a nade like perfectly on this corner. But even then, you should be safe if you run over here really quick. Or if you can just have some ADSs or something. And a lot of times they're not going to nade this. So when they get this hatch, usually I'll just leave this area even. If I hear them breaching it or something, and then hold a deep angle like that. Because this is usually where I'm going to play. So if it's safe back here for a while, you can just chill in this corner even. If they never push it, and that's where you can just watch your yokais at like this. Just be careful with how you're jumping it, because if you do it a little too much, they might see it come out. And then my other yokai, I like putting it right in these weights. Put it like this, you can jump up on the roof still. Oh, not the speaker. You're gonna want to shoot that. Whoops. This is really nice because, like, a lot of the time the push is gonna come from over here by jacuzzi wall. Like, I'd say 90% of the time they're gonna breach that wall, and their attacks is gonna be running in here and planting somewhere in gym. Like by the weight rack right here in this corner, or by the window, and they might even just jump in this window. You can have a pretty good line of sight in the rotate too, and this hallway, like I said. So this is going to be a really nice yokai, especially late game if they take a long time to push. And of course you're still going to have this. You can't zap on this yokai, by the way, but I mean, what's that really going to do anyway? You can also come out here if you want, if they've seen it like jumping out. This is a little bit more sneaky, you just can't see the roof very well. You can drive it around like for a while though. This is an underrated portion of, or an underrated part of Echo. A lot of people don't know that you can just drive the thing around for a million years outside since they changed it. They did that change for like Valkyrie, but it's a big buff to Echo. You can even drive it out here, because like I said, they're probably going to be pushing this breach. You can get all that information on them. See how far you can make it. You want to turn back around like 7 so you have time to get back in, but look how much info I just got. If they're on this rappel here, like if they're on this rappel, you can just quickly peek it out there, and you can watch them for like literally 8 seconds or so. And you can call it to your teammates, you can spam ping them and they won't even know what the hell's hitting them. And then you can drive back here, go up the hatch again, and boom. It's a really nice strat. I don't get to defend this site often, and I haven't played in a while, but when I did, it was really nice doing this strat. Oh, I never said on this, if this isn't reinforced, you can just do it yourself. Or not, if there's no rotate, not reinforce. So that's just up to you how you take care of that wall. Usually if they get the other breach, you're going to want to reinforce this off if you do have a rotate anyway. It's hard to explain. This is a weird setup. You can set this site up in like 20 different ways. I'm just showing you like some of the most default stuff, but there's a lot of ways of doing it, honestly. Like, you can even reinforce this one off if you want to play it really safe. And since you're solo queue, and if you're on console like I am, a lot of people don't know what they're doing at all. Especially in the lower ranks, so you should be fine. I like making a rotate here on this side. Like, somewhere around here in the middle. Like there. I wish I had the shotgun for this purpose so I could show you this at least, but since this is an Echo sub, you can't even do any of this, so there's no point. Because you make it like right here, you're behind the bed, but you're also safe from an angle right here. There's an angle that goes all the way from the window into the rotate right there. That's why you want to really make it like right here. You make it too far over here, like I said, the window's there. And that's why I like having a shield right here too. I'll probably do a frost guide on this site, because she's what I like going if I'm not doing like the Echo thing. Because you have the frost mats and you have all the line of sight and rotate capability, but that's for another video. I think that's pretty much it on this setup though. Like I said, you can reinforce these off, you can reinforce that off. There's a lot of extra things you can reinforce off on this site if you want to. Ooh, I forgot to mention it, but if you're not extending into cache, you're going to want to reinforce this wall too, preferably. And if you don't have all this reinforced, I'd recommend reinforcing this. There's a lot of flexibility on this site. You can even rotate and play into cache if you want, and extend. The good thing about that is you can smack this window and get a free pick right here on this, because they're always going to be standing out here on these windows. If they don't, then I don't know what rank you're playing in. But for that, you're going to want to reinforce all of these. All 4 of those walls there, or all 5 of those walls. That's pretty much everything on this site. It's a basic setup pretty much for Echo. All you have to do is reinforce and make the rotate with your impact. And then set up your yokais and you're pretty much done. I try to explain to the best of my ability though how you reinforce. It's kind of hard in solo queue, like I said. And like, a lot of the times, even if you make these rotates, like one right here, a teammate's just going to reinforce over it anyways. That's why I said you might as well just reinforce this off. Your teammates will fuck you over like 9 times out of 10 in solo. That's why you want to reinforce a lot of stuff off anyway. You can try to open it up, but you only have 1 impact doing this, so you don't want to waste it. That's why I just make the default one anyway. They're not going to reinforce over this at least. And if they do, they're just trolling your game on purpose. But yeah, that's going to do it for this setup. Tell me in the comments if you want to see any like specific operators or like maps or anything. Just tell me what you're interested in. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. I appreciate all the feedback that you give me. And I'll see you in the next one.